Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hey. Great. How about you?
Okay, we're going to get started in just a minute.
Okay.
I hope everybody has had a wonderful day thus far. Um, Today, with our Ready, Set, Go, this is actually our 10th session that we are doing today. And again, my name is Della Hicks, and I work with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Center here in Pasquotank County. And I share the Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program. And you may hear me refer to that as FNEP. So good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon, Della.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Hi, Kara. I see you, Kara.
Good afternoon.
For those of you that had an opportunity to actually read the actual link thoroughly, I included the recipe this time. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. So when we get to that section, we are making today the brown rice with cheese and tomatoes. Some of you may say, I'm not sure about that recipe, but once you get a chance to make it and taste it, you're gonna love it. So for those of you that have your ingredients, I hope your rice is already done. If not, you need to go ahead and put your rice on and have it so that you can manage and see what you're doing. So you need to go ahead and get your rice cooking if your rice is not already done. Also, you can go ahead and get your peppers chopped if they have not been chopped. We have onions today as well. Very good. I see some of you have already pre-chopped your items. And we're gonna have tomatoes, whether that's canned tomatoes or fresh chopped tomatoes. We're using brown rice today. And of course, we'll talk about some other things you can substitute there. And your cooking oil, as well as some cheese. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And as I said, I am Della Hicks with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Center here in Pasquotank County. And I do share the Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program. So with our session today, Ready, Set, Go, we are actually gonna be talking about making smart choices when you're eating out. So today, if today's the first time you've been with me, and you've never been enrolled in one of my sessions, I am going to place in our chat box the link to our form that you can fill out. The information is used for statistics, so please do not skip anything. Where it asks for a coordinator for this, you're going to put my name, Della Hicks. And these are my other contact information that you can use, my email address, our office email, as well as our web page for our FNET page, as well as Facebook page. So when we met at our last session, we actually talked about family time. And I hope in regards with that family time that you actually were able to have fun while you did it, as well as when it came to our family time, we talked about a few things that were different that we wanted to get involved with. So with our family time, can anyone share with me what you did different from last week till now in regards to the family time that we talked about? If so, unmute your mic and let's share what you and your family did as well as into relating to family time. I know I did get an email from one participant that they actually tried the recipe and they sent a picture of it as well. Is there anyone else that want to share that right now? If not, we can share again later. So with us talking about family time on last week, we reflect back on that we also talked about sharing with your family, sitting down, getting ideas for planning out your weekly menu. As far as including that school session time in there, talked about doing some things with history of your family, like a genealogy chart, getting together so your children would know as they grow who their family is. We also talked about it being National Screensaver Week, and that let's take time out to turn off our computers, our cell phones, and let's get together and talk as a family. Also remembering to motivate yourself as well as your children during this crisis situation. Being in a house together all day, ooh, tension rises. So we want to think of some things to do when it comes to that. So we talked about having some activities to do. We talked about making things for Mother's Day. Mother's Day is this weekend, so we talked about doing some things for that. Just taking a simple dishcloth and folding it like a fan and using some pipe wire and attaching it, wrapping it in the very center. And then that gave us an opportunity to actually make a butterfly, things like that. The toys you get out of the Happy Meals, save those. This is a good time to do those little activities. Some of them are building things. Some of them are lessons in regards to counting or words. These are good ideas and things to do. And then we say have a place to put these items. So remember to always designate an area in your home as that quiet time, that downtime, that time where you're going to do some peace, relaxation, and everybody's together. And so always remember to stick your menu where everybody will be able to see it. And then that way everybody knows what that is in regards to the next meal time. Okay, so our recipe for our last segment was the fresh homemade salsa. It was delicious. And I know Kara tried it and did it live with us. And so how many of you were able to actually prepare it after our session? If you did, unmute your mic now and share your experience. Okay, so our ingredients for our recipe from the last time, the salsa, it was onions, it was chopped peppers, it was lime juice, diced tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, some cumin, and cilantro or parsley. And of course, you can add other ingredients to that to suit your taste. And to be adventuresome, try something different each time you do it. And that way it gives you an opportunity to see just what you really, really love in a homemade salsa. We also talked about poison hazards, remembering that there are certain things in your home that is considered poisonous. And they may look just like something that's not poisonous to most of our children. So making sure that you have access to the Poison Control Center. That number is 1-800-222-1222. And look at the different examples it shows. Juice may look just like a cleaning solution. Vitamins, you know, you buy gummy vitamins and you buy gummies candy. So that can be confusing. Some type of medication that's a cream and lotion, and it may look in the same type of tube like you do have icing in there. And then our candy, different types of candies are shaped exactly like pills. So please be cautious of that as well. We also talked about don't scrap it, plant it. So taking those leftover fruits and vegetables, taking the stem from those, and some of them, if you put it in a little bit of water for about 5 to 7 days, it will start rooting. And then you can transfer that from the water and put it in a pot with some soil. And you can basically get the soil and pots from the Dollar Tree. And that's a good way to start your own process of having your different own fruits and vegetables that you're growing yourself. Also choosing healthy options when we eat out. That's the key thing. We forget about that when we're eating out. You know, most of us don't think about trying to get something healthy. We're trying to get in and out. So when we get ready to do our eating out, we want to make sure we choose the healthy things like a baked potato or steamed vegetables instead of the French fries. When you do your entrees, choose fruits and vegetables. Also choose your food items that are whole grains. And when you have your salads, ask for your salads or your sauces on the side and not actually on your food item. You can always substitute salsa on your baked potato instead of sour cream or butter. And you can also ask for mustard instead of mayonnaise on your sandwiches. So again, today we're talking about making smart choices when we're eating out. So when we make our smart choices, of course, we want to find those things that are maybe baked or maybe grilled, broiled or steamed. Those are good ideas. And avoid ordering things with cream sauces because there's a lot of fat and sodium there. Remember to choose some whole grain when you're doing your ordering, and choose a low-fat or fat-free salad dressing, or make your own salad dressing. And that way you'll have it, especially if it's something you're just going in and purchasing and bringing back home, you can make your own and have it home ready to put on your salad when you get home. Also, when it comes to eating out, we want to make sure we remember to choose the right size. We always do the wrong size because we like extra large portions. And then we say, you know, how can I lose? How can I maintain weight? Well, this is a way to lose or maintain your weight by ordering the correct serving size. If you order a super size, then share it with your family members. Also, remember, you know, they're talking about opening back up certain places. Remember, when you go to a buffet, try to do some healthy choices when you're at the buffet. Choose that bake or that grill versus that fried. And always, you don't have to fill up your plate. Most of the time, we get our dollars in the first plate that we fix. We're getting our money's worth. And again, our recipe for today is the brown rice with cheese and tomatoes. So if you are ready to start our recipe, if you get your items together, we're gonna start cooking. So we are gonna go over to our counter. And we are going to use our gloves. I am going to disinfect my hands. And I have all my ingredients out. We're going to turn our skillet on. And so we've already cooked our rice. And this is our rice. And we're going to get our oil in. And it said we need about a tablespoon of oil. We're just going to drizzle our oil over. And we're going to get our onions that I've already pre-measured, our onions and our peppers. And we're going to get that sizzling. And then we have our other ingredients. We have our, instead of celery, we're actually going to use some celery seeds this afternoon. And so where it calls for 2 to 3 stalks of celery, we're going to use about a half a teaspoon of celery seed. And we'll have that ready to pour in to add. And so as you can see, we have lots of color. And this time, again, I chose to use multiple colors when it came to our peppers. And we could always use other selections when it comes to our recipe. You can add some chicken, canned chicken. This is, remember, although it says it's packed in water, we still want to rinse this off before we use it. Also, you can add some corn to it, some black-eyed peas or black beans. We can also drain our salmon or our mackerel or tuna, and we can add that in as well. In place of our rice, we can always use couscous or even some quinoa. And y'all, if you're not cooking right now, you can't smell this, but it's smelling delicious. So now that we have our onions and our peppers sauteed, we're going to add in our tomatoes. And we're going to add in our rice.
Miss Della, I have something to say about the can opener.
Yes.
So the correct way to open it is to place it on top and then squeeze it so that it'll cut the paper part instead of actually cutting the top.
Very good, Kara. Very good. Thank you for sharing and showing us that. And I'm going to also add in my celery seeds. Your celery, you could have put in, I'm sorry, when you did your peppers and onions, but you can go ahead and add that now if you didn't. And basically all we're doing now is blending our flavors. If you like spicy foods, you could always add in some banana peppers or jalapeno peppers, or you can add cumin to it. And then we're just gonna drizzle our cheese over top of it and let it simmer just for a few minutes. Simple, quick, easy dish. And this is what it looks like. And we're gonna let that simmer for just a second. So while that's simmering, we will get back to our recipe. And we'll get back to our actual lesson. So while your recipe is simmering and your cheese is melting, that's the key thing. We're just melting our cheese. And these are the ingredients that I used with this session. So as I said, you have some other selections that you could add to the recipe. Some leftover meat you may have with the previous meal. Any type of other vegetables you like, broccoli, carrots, mixed vegetables would be beautiful in that as well. And then, of course, the reason why we would love to start eating home more so than eating out is because we get more of a variety of choices when it comes to our meals. So since you have been home and been able to be with your family, you have had the opportunity to actually been able to eat a little healthier, been able to incorporate more actual fruits and vegetables into your family's mealtime, and you're not getting as much fat as you would have gotten if you were eating out. Also, you're going to have those smaller portions. You're not getting a value meal. You're actually getting full from your menu that you're actually doing in your home. So, and think about our takeout meals versus our home meals. It's recommended that the average person get in 2,000 calories per day. And if we look at what's on our screen right now, the average restaurant, you're going to get that supersized burger, which may be up to about 530 calories. We may order some fries. That's going to be about 510 calories. And then your soft drink. Most of the time, they're giving you the medium drink, not the small drink. So that's about 280 calories as well. So if that's the case, in just that one takeout meal, you're almost had all your calories for the day in that one meal. So that's not the best choice to choose when you go out for a meal. And of course, eating out makes it harder for us to stay at a healthy weight that we should be at. And of course, you're going to probably get in more, extra 200 more calories by eating out than you would if you were eating at home. Remember also, when you do choose to go out and eat, to order water or order some low-fat milk or 100% juice. And try a diet soft drink, because you can purchase soft drink and have that at home and have the serving size that you need. This is our recipe put together.
Brown rice with cheese and tomatoes is a tasty and economical dish, and it's easy to make. Remember to wash your hands before handling any food and sanitize could add other leftover vegetables such as broccoli, peas, or whatever's in the fridge. Adding some leftover protein like cooked chicken, pork, beef, or even seafood will turn this side dish into a main meal. Cover and cook slowly until the mixture is hot. Because we pre-cooked our rice and cut up our veggies the night before, our dish is ready in just 15 short minutes. Join us at our next session where we will share other healthy recipes with you. But if this is your last session, then you can always check us out on our blog.
And I am sorry about that. That part of the audio was not playing at that time. But as we saw when we prepared it together, those were the same exact steps that we did. So also when you're gonna be picking and choosing your menu selection when you eat out, these are some healthy choices that you can choose. When you go to a Chinese restaurant, choose something that have a lot of vegetables. Choose steamed, poached, roasted, and instead of fried rice, do the steamed rice. Also, ask for dishes that does not have MSG in it. Your Mexican restaurants, you can choose chicken, rice and black beans, salsa or picante. Of course, you can do the soft shell corn tortillas. And then as well with your Italian restaurant, those sauces that are red, or so that you're not getting as much fat. So that's why we say choose a red sauce, tomato-based sauce. And also choose things that are lightly sauteed or grilled. And when it comes to our pizzas, choose a thin crust pizza and always have lots of vegetables on it. And your serving size will only be 1 or 2 slices. So again, remember when it comes to eating out, you always remember that you're basing it on the My Plate. So we want to make sure that we're enjoying our meals. We want to take our time and eat it slowly. And we want to stop when we're feeling full. You can wrap it up, take it home with you, and have it for another meal. So making smart choices while you're out, and then when you're at home, prepare your own meals and eat at home, and you're getting more nutrients. So again, we're going to go back over and we're going to look at our finished product. So this is our finished product. This is our finished product. Okay, and if you will mute your mics. So I want you all to actually get an opportunity and taste it, because I want to hear what your thoughts are about it. And unmute your mics when you're ready to talk. Delicious.
It looks good. Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision invented yet.
Smell-o-vision works wonderful. And it's nice and cheesy.
I will try that tomorrow since I'm making rice today and chicken. That way I'll have it left over.
That looks real good.
It does.
Wonderful.
I didn't like it because it had tomatoes in it, and I don't like tomatoes.
So one thing you could do, you can take your tomatoes and put them in the blender and crush them up some because you like salsa.
No.
You don't like salsa because of the tomatoes. Okay. Well then, do you like spaghetti sauce?
No.
Okay, so you don't like tomatoes at all. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna pick around the tomatoes and you're gonna try the things that are in that, the other food items that are in there other than the tomatoes. So
I liked it. It
Yeah.
tasted good to me.
thank you, Carlene. So Carol, try some of it that has just the cheese and the rice in it, and see how you like just that portion.
I didn't like it because the rice tasted like paper.
Oh no! It's a mind thing. The only difference between the brown rice and the white rice, well, your brown rice is natural rice and it has not been processed through any other means. So that's going to be a healthier. Remember, we talked about getting in some whole grain. Your brown rice is considered as one of those whole grains. It does take time to get used to the consistency. It does not cook down mushy. And that's the thing, a lot of times we like mushy foods. So my goal for you, Kara, is to try it in another dish that you like, that's your favorite dish, and then just use the brown rice instead of white rice, okay? We'll work on that.
I'm gonna use couscous next time.
Yes, okay, the couscous works good as well.
And what is the couscous, Stella?
Couscous is another grain. You're gonna find it on the aisle most of the time, along with your quinoa, and it depends on the stores. Some stores is on the same aisle with the rice, and then other stores it's down on the cereal aisle.
Okay.
But it's a grain,
Oh, okay.
and they're little small, little white pecks. The quinoa is a little different. The quinoa actually kind of looks seedy.
I think I seen that. Okay.
So that's the difference in the quinoa. The quinoa is a little bit coarser. It's more like a wild grain rice once it's cooked.
Okay.
And the couscous is a softer grain once it cooks.
Okay.
Anyone else would like to make a comment? I saw that some others were trying the recipe.
Yes, it's good. I didn't have a lot of peppers, but I had a little bit of peppers. And even without the peppers in it, it's still very tasty. I put chicken in mine. I had leftover chicken, and it's very good. So I will try it with couscous. What is it called again?
Couscous.
Couscous instead of white rice, because that's all I had was white rice.
Okay.
So it's wonderful. Graceland didn't like it. She's like Kara. She was like, she didn't like the tomatoes and stuff in it.
Okay.
But she said not today.
So again, another way for you as parents, or those of us that are picky eating adults, take the tomatoes, put it in your blender or your food processor or chopper and blend it up so that it's more so like a sauce versus the chunks.
This is what the couscous looks like.
Thank you, Kara.
Oh,
Just a
okay.
little bit closer, Kara.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Very good.
Wow.
Very quick, simple, easy recipes. And that's what it's all about, having great avenues to other recipes. Is there any more questions or comments that you all have for me today?
I think I like the couscous and the quinoa. It has a different flavor than rice. It's not as many carbs. I think if you try them both and then put it with different things that you already like, you'll see that you'll get more benefits, especially from quinoa. And there's even black quinoa, and it has almost a sesame seed or some type of seedy. It's very good. It's very palatable.
Okay.
The other thing that I liked with the salsa, what we do is we blend it all up so that it's a fine blend, almost like a pizza sauce.
Okay.
And we do a lot of peppers, and so that was good too. So thank you so much. I hadn't thought about using the chunks of tomatoes in a while, so we did that, and I was like, I like the old way that we've been doing it because we make it more spicy too. But thank you guys so very much for sharing, and it's such a blessing to see you guys.
Thank you. Well, again, thank you for joining in to Ready, Set, Go. And today was our topic today was making smart choices when eating out. Our recipe again was the brown rice with cheese and tomatoes. Thank you so much. Be safe out there. Remember our next session is next Thursday at 2 p.m. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Everybody.
God bless everybody.
Same to you.
Thank you. It was wonderful.
Good.
Do we do the survey now, Della?
Yes.
Okay.
Where do I get the
And it-
survey?
The survey is if you click on your chat box at the bottom of the screen. Do you see where it says chat? It looks like, and then over
It looks like what?
it looks like a question box with the icon. And if you don't see it at the bottom, there may
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and just click on
Okay.
the link and it will send you the form for you to fill out right there.
Okay.
Della, it didn't open for me.
Me either.
Okay. Funny, it opened for me, but
It opened for me also, and I'm not sure. It's not allowing me to put the address where I am right now, but just my home address in Alaska.
and
Of
that's
course,
fine.
that's fine.
That's fine. As long
Okay, okay.
as my name when it gets to that point, put my name down, and you'll see that area when it gets to that.
Okay, okay. Thank you. I mean, we still, because we don't know how long we're going to be here, so that's fine. But I would like that the cookbook and some other stuff I've been trying to find and have not. So, because I don't have the other social media that you guys have.
Okay.
And I don't want to, especially not here. I'm having some issues with fraud. I even had something this morning. So
Contact you. I have your email address already and phone number. I can contact you and we can do it together over the phone.
okay, thank you.
So Carlene, were you able to open the form?
No, but we're gonna copy the link, and then once we come out of the Zoom, we're gonna paste it into like Internet Explorer.
Okay.
Yes. That's
Okay.
what I was going to do as
Try
well.
that and copy the link. And if you cannot, please contact me and we can do it over the phone.
Okay. I'll try that.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And when you put it in your URL over the internet, try putting in the www dot before the HTTPS. Maybe that's the issue.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
No, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Graceland.
Blessings to everyone. Be safe.